Welcome back to another Inside Lansing. Our guest today is Police Chief Al Phillips of the Lansing Police Department. Chief, thank you for being here again.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
It's always great to have you on, and we usually have you on this time of year because National Night Out Against Crime is this time of year. It's across the whole country, but we celebrate in our own community at Fox Pointe. I already kind of ruined that part. I was going to ask you where and when it is. It's at Fox Pointe, we know that, but could you tell us when it is and what's going to be happening?
Yes, National Night Out is going to be Tuesday, August 1st, and it'll be at Fox Pointe from 5 to 8. It's a chance for us to get out and meet the community, and more importantly, for the community to come out and meet us, get to know us, find out what we're really about. We're excited to be there this year.
And what are some of the activities you're going to have? Usually you have activities. I know last year you had like a magician, or you had like the dog out there for people to interact with. What are some of the activities people can look forward to?
Yeah, we're trying to build on it each year. We're going to have a magician again, but it'll be a new one. The bubbles were a big hit last year. We'll probably have the slushy machine, a dunk tank, a lot of little events going on around, but we'll definitely have our canine demonstration. That's always a big hit with the kids. They love the canine. But we'll have a lot of giveaways. Walmart was a very generous supporter for us again this year. They donated money, so we'll be giving away a lot of prizes, probably some bicycles and different things. But we also have a lot of community support with this one. A lot of our business have reached out and want to help. So they've been doing a great job of donating money and different things that they can do. So we're excited to have a little bit bigger event this year. Again, we're building on it a little by little, but we're going to have some businesses out there with some tents set up where they can hand some stuff out. I know the library is going to be there. The Human Relations Commission is going to be there as well. Fire department's going to come out and join us whenever we get a chance to work with the fire department. We love them. Thanks, Chad.
Your brother's across town, right?
You bet. So yeah, we've got a lot of great events coming on, and we are looking forward to it.
And we're looking forward to it. It's always a great event, and you said it's going to be bigger, so we're looking forward to see how it's going to be bigger, and we'll be out there to cover it as well. So thanks for giving us the time to talk about that. The next topic I want to talk about was your mentorship program. That's apparently a new program you have. Could you talk a little bit, people probably don't know what the mentorship program is. And could you talk a little bit about what it is and why you're engaging with, now you said like younger crowd, right? Correct?
That's correct. We're trying to target a younger group of kids to try and get interest in law enforcement. I think I've told you in the past that interest in law enforcement around the country has been down. I think it's starting to come back, though, to be honest with you. I think that pendulum's starting to swing, and people are realizing how important we are in their community, and they're coming back out and supporting us. And to be honest, our residents in Lansing, they've always supported us. We really appreciate it. They bring stuff to our police department all the time. They're always waving to us when we're driving around, so we got a lot of community support around here. So what we've done is our recruitment's been down throughout the years. Less and less people want to take our test, so we've really been trying to focus on the high school level, at the cadet level. That's where we get some people, where we teach them what the job's all about, and hopefully they come out and take our test and want to work with us. We've had many of our cadets go on to be Lansing police officers. Well, honestly, cadet interest is down as well, so we decided to target at a little bit younger. So we're looking at a 7th and 8th grade group, and instead of having them out there really learning the job, it's more of an introduction to the job. But more importantly, it's an introduction to us. We're calling this a mentorship program. So Detective Jennifer Lewis is going to be heading it up. She's our new school resource officer over at District 158. And she's done a great job relating to these kids. And she's really helping us build on those relationships. So what we're doing is one Friday a week for usually 3 or 4 hours, we go out and we do some different events. This past Friday, we got a chance to go to the Tri-State Nursing Home and spend some time with the seniors. I was really proud of these kids. There was about 13 kids there, and they just spent some time with some elderly subjects, just doing puzzles, doing some games, some coloring. I was happy to see how well they interacted with them, and they're building confidence, and they're actually more comfortable around us now because we can sit with them and we see them being a little bit more relaxed. So we're excited about that. It was great when I was walking out. I heard one of the kids say, "Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be."
Why would they think it would be bad? I was wondering about that.
No, it's just not something a young person's going to be comfortable doing. But these kids are really coming out of their shell, and I'm proud of them. So after that, we decided to, loosen it up a little bit, and we took them out to the Lansing Country Club and took them fishing. So I had a couple officers who are fishing experts out there teaching how to cast. They caught a couple of fish, and they were really excited about it. So we're going to continue to build on this program. We got some other activities planned, some bowling, some different things. We'll do a little bit at our police department too, just kind of sharing with them what law enforcement's all about.
Is this to lead into maybe cadet programs as well then from there?
That's a great goal for us. We really do hope that they want to be the cadets when they're a freshman in high school, and then they can build on possibly a career for them. But if not, it's the discipline that you learn in law enforcement that's going to make them go a long way. So we're hoping that that's got some great prospects for us for the future Lansing officers.
Now, talking about mentorship program, you talked about recruiting, and that's another topic I wanted to talk about with you, if you didn't mind for a moment, is to talk about where are you at with recruiting? I know last year we talked about it a bit, and lately it's been very, very challenging, as we would say. Have you been meeting some of those challenges? What are you doing about that? And has it gotten more challenging, or is it less? Where are we at?
Challenging is an understatement. I've spent the majority of my last 2 years just really trying to recruit and bring in new officers. We got down to as low as 47 officers. We're approved for 62. The mayor has been so generous in her support, the trustees, everybody wants us to get back to where we need to be, and we're going and making good strides with that. Currently, we're at 57 officers. We've done a lot with laterals. Laterals has been a big hit for us.
Lateral being a lateral hire from like another community, correct?
That's correct. We've touched on that in the past, but what we're doing is we're pulling support from officers with a little bit of experience, a couple years on somewhere else, and they come to us and they're ready to fill a role. We had a couple years where we didn't really do a lot of hiring, so they plugged themselves into great positions. So with the recruiting, though, we've had a test a couple of Saturdays ago, and traditionally we've been having 3 or 4 people show up for that, and 1 or 2 people might end up on the test. Well, this last test, we had 10 people end up on our list. So we're really excited about that. I think we're turning the corner with that. Our contract negotiations just wrapped up, and I think we got a nice new contract. It's a little more pleasurable, or a little bit more a good place to work is what I'd like to say. So things have been going really well with that, and I credit Village Administrator Dan Pogorski for helping us get that done.
So it's definitely sounds like it's gotten a little bit better than it has in the past, at least in terms of where you said you were at 47, now you're 57. So that's good, but we still have a ways to go, is what you're saying.
That's correct. Our goal, like I said, is 62, and that gives us a chance to really do a lot of exciting things in the community. I really believe our community is getting stronger and stronger. We are fighting crime as much as we can. We're trying to develop a 5-man TAC unit. I think that's going to be really beneficial when it comes to addressing a lot of problems that we might have in the hotel. With that, we get up to our numbers where they need to be. We can have 6 full-time detectives again. That way we can really focus on coming down to the root of the problem with our crimes. So detectives, that's where they get it all done. That's where all the fun begins, in the Detective Bureau.
Talking about all these different, shall we say, programs you have, I know one thing that we had was Code Red, and we've ditched that to move into what's called Civic Ready. Is that correct? Now, Code Red was like the emergency systems that in town that would alert people of things happening, and now we're using Civic Ready. Why are we changing to that, and what's the benefit of that?
Code Red came out several years ago, and it had more of an emergency need for it. It sounded like, when Code Red's coming out, something major is going on. So with Civic Ready, that's something we're moving to. It's going to be a little bit more informative, a little bit more beneficial for our citizens. That's when we can really put out key bits of information that doesn't have to sound like, the sky is falling.
Right.
There's major problems going on. So when we talk about a parade route that might be coming through, or just information about general things that might be going on in town, maybe there's a big accident and you want to avoid Torrance Avenue. Civic Ready gives us that tool to be just a little bit more interactive with our citizens, and we can use it in different ways. It doesn't always have to be a phone call. It could be a text. It could be an email. But the best thing about it is how each person sets it up for themselves. If they don't want to get phone calls, they can set it up for just texts or just emails. So it's on our website, the Village website, which is www.villageoflansing.org. And it's one of the first things that pops up on the lower right hand of your screen.
And that's where they can go kind of sign up and get connected?
Exactly. It's pretty simple to walk through. And again, you customize this for yourself so that you sign up and you get the alerts the way you want them.
Well, that's great. So you just go on Village of Lansing, you get signed up. People can find out right away what's going on in town. And more than just, like you said, more than just emergency sky is falling information. We're talking about general information, more than likely most of the time, that people can, benefit from knowing about the things that are happening in town.
Yeah, because people sometimes get a little frustrated when they get over notified. I myself, I have two
Yes.
two phones, so I get 2 texts, 2 phone calls, emails to different places. So again, customize it to yourself. Like if the trash route is changing for this week, we might send out an email instead. So it's just less annoying, but definitely more informative for our citizens.
I also know that one of the big passions for you is kind of community outreach. You're really interested in getting out there and interacting with the community in ways that are not just obviously, oh, we got a call, we got to go take care of this. It's more of a community in terms of like, we had recently the Special Olympics torch run, as well as the Cop on the Rooftop events. Maybe you could talk a little bit about why you like doing these events, what do you think is important about them, what they are, and then maybe if there's some coming up, you could let people know about them.
Yeah, Special Olympics has always been important to the Lansing Police Department, especially to me. I really feel a passion for that. It gives us a chance to be out in the community, but more importantly, it gives you a chance to meet some of these Special Olympians. During this last torch run, it was great. We had 5 of them help us at the end, and they each ran a block. I'll be honest, that helped me because I was getting kind of tired. But no, they ran alongside of us, and it makes you appreciate all the benefits that we have in life and the ability to give back. It really makes you feel good. These kids were so appreciative for what we did for them, and Cop on a Rooftop was another opportunity for us to be out there and raise money for them. I'm so proud of our community for raising so much money. We raised over $5,000 for that this year, and just very proud of what we're able to do, and stuff like that makes you feel good. That's why we do this job.
Talking about why you do this job. Obviously, I mean, I think if you're an officer, I'm guessing officer of the law, especially a police chief, you got in it for a passion. There was something that you really, about the job that really resonated with you, your passion or your love for it. What's your passion for being police chief and being police chief here in Lansing?
Thank you for bringing that up. I am very passionate about it. You might even see me get emotional from time to time when I'm swearing in some new officers, but for me, it is really about protecting and serving. That's why everybody gets into law enforcement. You hear, we want to help people. We want to help people. Well, as you go through your career, you do realize it is about serving your community. You're out there, you're standing up for the little guy, you're protecting people, you're the person they turn to when things go bad. Like I always say, we're dealing with mostly bad people or good people having a bad day. So it's our job to be there and be there for them. I am very passionate about it. I've said it time and time again that no other profession will you hear people or see people run towards the sound of gunshots. And every one of my officers will do that, and I'm so proud of them. That's what we live for. That's what we do. My number one rule is, and you'll hear all my people say it, is we go home at the end of the day. That's the number one rule, is we go home at the end of our shift. Number 2 is we make sure we take care of our citizens and take them there. But there is one time, I'll never ask you to lay down your life needlessly, but if somebody's inside a school shooting it up, I promise you every one of my officers is going to be running towards that. And that's the only time I'll ask them to put their lives at line, and every one of them will do it without blinking an eye.
Well, it's very powerful, and thank you very much for sharing that. And we just want to thank you again for being on the show today.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. We got a lot of great things going on at our police department. We are getting our numbers back up. You're going to see a lot more exciting things for us. You will see our guys out at every event that they can be. We don't want to be out there as security. We want to be out there to get to know us. You'll see us intermingling. Feel free to come out and talk to us. Just come up to us, say hi. We appreciate it.
And we'll hopefully be there with you. Hope to see you out there, and thanks again for being here today.
Thanks again.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Inside Lansing.